Hi, everyone. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you for joining us today for the Community AMA. For those who might not be familiar who I am, I'm Kate. I'm CMO at GameSwift, and I have huge pleasure today for host the meeting. Today with me there is Pan and Professor Farmer. I think I don't need to introduce you these two gentlemen. Um, Pan Paragraph is CEO and founder of GameSwift, and Professor is VP of Business Development. How are you today, gentlemen? How's the day treating you so far?
For me, it was very challenging day, but yeah, this is a good time to discuss our roadmap. We really had a very hard working period in the games with development, and we are approaching the time where the fruits of our hard work will come to the daylight. So happy to unleash some of our development progress, and as always a little bit of the alpha.
Exactly, that's going to be the plan for today's meeting. Professor, how are you doing after some struggles with Twitter?
It's all good. No struggles. Like I was using like desktop version. I believe it still doesn't support
Yeah,
when it's
that's what
speaking.
I was thinking of. I thought
Yeah,
so.
I thought that Elon has done something with that, but not yet.
I think
Maybe he
he's
doesn't
focusing
have
on fruit.
enough employees now because he has fired basically everyone.
I
Yeah,
think
he
he's
focused on
prioritizing crypto
monetization.
payments.
Yeah. Yeah, he focused on some revenue streams and done for additional features. But let give him some time. Hopefully, he will introduce this option also for desktop. Okay, guys. So today's agenda is pretty extensive. We've managed to get few questions from our community. The community had a chance to list their questions on Discord. We've been gathering their questions on Discord. So there are a few of them. The agenda is going to look like this. I prepared some of my questions, which are going to touch upon the roadmap, but also the future of GameSwift, features, and also some recent events. Then we'll move forward to community questions, and then we are going to have open Q&A session. So we will give voiceover to our community to see what they are curious about and what question they might have. Okay, let's start. The first one. Pan, you recently went to Davos, and our community was curious what are some insights gained from the trip? What was the overall sentiment towards Web3 gaming and in general blockchain industry?
Okay, thank you for this question. I need to admit that I expected far more traditional finance appearance during the Davos conference. This is, the World Economic Forum, so the most common thought from my side what was that we can explain the mainstream financial topics, but I was really surprised that crypto, metaverse, and AI was very loud during this conference. The whole Davos town has changed into the big side events space, where the chains and crypto projects like Casper Network, like Polygon, like Circle, like Hedera, were leading the way, and were gathering a very big inflow of the crowd, of the investors and developers. That is a good sign for me that crypto has established its way into the mainstream and financial area.
Okay, and how do you see blockchain events in comparison to the rest of those? There were some really nice companies, some really nice products with their side events. Did you get the chance to participate in some of them?
Yeah, obviously, I was present mostly at the blockchain hub, organized by Casper Network. I need to admit that they did the best job across all the crypto projects available there. Especially the quality of the audience, of the speakers, and the agenda was very high. I had opportunity to present also my lecture on this Web3 gaming scalability, where I was touching the base on what we are building in GameSwift, and we announced a strong cooperation with Casper Network. For those who didn't read our recent announcements, I believe this is a strong validation for what we are building in GameSwift. We basically integrated Casper chain into our platform, meaning that all of games built on top of Casper chain will be available on GameSwift, and this is a massive step forward for both GameSwift and Casper, as we are leading the innovation sites in the crypto gaming industry.
That's true. I need to admit that the side event held by Casper was really, really good. They know how to do, um, they really know how to hold and how to host proper events, which are open for Web2 investors and representatives of different companies. This is something that I really need to admit. So, uh, great job for Casper. Okay. Okay, that was my warm-up question. Let me start maybe with some more questions which are related to games with itself. So in the end of last year, we did a really nice looking summary of the progression of what we've managed to do last year. There was a lot of things happening, a lot of shakes and so on and so forth, but we've managed to go through that, and we have right now new year. The community is very curious about the roadmap and also about what is the current status of GameSwift progress.
Yes, obviously. So I'm here to give you this this update. So happy to share our development. I'm sure that you are curious what is the estimated date of TGE and stuff like that. I will try to not front run the official announcement, but at the same time to give you a good understanding of what we are doing. So we expect three major products to come to the daylight in this year. First of those products is GameSwift platform, and this is the end-to-end ecosystem that is working on the chain agnostic manner, meaning that all the games from the partnered chains like Casper, like Polygon, and many others will be available there. And this is, in my opinion, our killer feature, the product that can lead to the massive inflow of the new users. This provides the end-to-end experience, starting from the possibility of finding your game, downloading this game, then easily signing into this game, like the one-click Google Apple ID experience, and also to trade those in-game assets in the way that the blockchain know-how is not needed. In fact, people playing on GameSwift platform will not even have to know that they are playing blockchain games at all. And the first iteration of this platform is expected to be released in 1 month, so in 30
Oh
days.
wow. Um,
Yeah,
so does it mean that GameSwift is going to be first platform of this kind out there? Is it going to be Blue Chimp, which is going to deliver such a unique solution as the first one on the market?
I think that so far there is no other solution like this. especially that, yeah, I can think of couple of projects that have the minor part of what we are developing. Like some of them are focusing only on game launcher, like Elixir. Some of them are focusing only on the NFT marketplace. But so far, I believe that this will be the first of this kind solution available in the market. At the same time, we expect this competition landscape to grow stronger. In fact, it is over $10 billion invested in gaming studios building on top of blockchain. So I have no doubts that there will come there will be more and more projects like GameSwift. But being kind of the blue chip in the space, I think pose a big opportunity for us to build a strong start and lay foundation for the further development. At the same time, I would like to stress out that we are expecting three major iterations of GameSwift platform. The first will come to the Dayland in 1 month. This will be also linked with the public beta of our Star Heroes game. So all the gamers are expected to be ready playing Star Heroes on beta version on GameSwift platform. And with the progress of the development, we expect at least two more iterations of GameSwift platform, introducing the in-game assets trading feature, the GameSwift Pay, which is, I believe, the solution that I have not seen in the whole competitive landscape, including even Web2 brands. So I believe that in the periods of 2 months, every 2 months we will be able to upgrade GameSwift platform in the way introducing some very cool features like the possibility of chatting with friends. This the end the end vision, that the final result should be to provide the platform having all the features that Steam platform already have, plus the features that Steam platform does not have, like it is the case with the GameSwift Pay. And it's also worth to say that Steam platform does not introduce any blockchain integrations. So yeah, I believe that this is a first huge step. And at the same time, after the successful mainnet of our platform, we expect to launch the testnet of GameSwift chain. And this will be another major milestone for us, starting in March this year, so soon. And during this testnet, this means basically that the chain is ready, and now we need to test the great efforts of our blockchain developers. So we would like to invite you as the community to participate in the tests of these results, and this will be linked with the major, let's say, airdrop campaign or Odyssey campaign. I don't want to front run anything, but I could stress out that it would be highly valuable to participate in the testnet of our chain. And we would also like to leverage this Odyssey campaign and the chain testnet in the way bootstrapping the user base of GameSwift platform. So those are two major milestones that we can expect in a really short time.
I think
At
that's
this,
going to be cute too, right? These are going to be upcoming months, actually. I already see those airdrop hunters writing down the date when the
yeah,
airdrop campaign is going to start.
yeah, I believe that this will play. I would say that we are right now in the silent mode where we do not
Yeah.
say too much about what's going to happen, but starting from the GameSwift platform mainnet, there will be a very big activity on our social networks. So I really recommend to be up to date, and we'll see the progress of the GameSwift chain testnet. We'll gather your feedback, and I don't want to declare an exact date of the mainnet, but usually this is according to the other testnets, this is between 2 and 5 months. So this could give you a time range where you can expect the TG of GameSwift chain. At the same time, I can say that we plan the GameSwift mainnet, the TGE of our native token, to happen in the second quarter. Second quarter starts in 2 months, so I believe that this is some time frame that you can treat as a time where GameSwift will come to the daylight. I think it will be a late second quarter, because we would like to uh, provide the experience of not only launching the chain, but once the chain will be launched, we would like to provide you with the culture of airdrops coming from the projects building on top of our chain. There are so far a couple of them committed to build on top of GameSwift. They declared to provide very valuable airdrops for GameSwift stakers. So I expect GameSwift token to be really hot topic after the mainnet. It will be really worth to stake it, as you can have a very great exposure of gaming, but also non-gaming products building on top of our chain. And at the same time, I'm not going to reveal the names of those projects. This is something that I revealed during the OG group. So far, we have 50 people which advanced to the OG level. So I really encourage you to be active on our Discord channel, because you are going to be first to know, to find out what we are cooking.
Thank you for not disclosing the names. And yes, I do agree. Participating and being rewarded as OG of GameSwift, this is something that is limited to a certain number of people. And the list is not yet closed. There is just 50 over 50 people chosen for the range of OG. There is going to be more, but the maximum number of OGs is going to be 100, and that's going to be exclusive number of people who are the most engaged in games with life. But at the same time, these people are going to be rewarded with different types of rewards. One of them is, as been mentioned, is going to be access to early stage alpha and the news that are not yet announced. So it's really worth to joining this group. It's not like with some other projects that there is, I don't know, 1,000 of OGs. Here it's going to be very limited. Yeah, you might talk to some of our community members who are on Discord. They can give you an information whether it's worth or not participating and becoming an OG.
If you're
Okay.
against with OG, you can leave the like button. I think there is some reaction or the heart reaction. We'll see how many OGs are here.
Oh, I was afraid that, after Monday meeting with OG, there is not going to be too many because they already got the update. But yeah, I see
I
some
can see a
here.
couple of them, so don't worry, Kate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Fine.
wonderful. Thanks, guys. Okay, let me move then to the next question. So we've managed to get let's say, I would call them these upcoming few months as a short-term goals. Pan, would you like to disclose some of the long-term, more visionary GameSwift goals in terms of growth and expansion in the gaming industry? Is there something
Yes,
you'd like to add on top of that?
yes, I think I give you a good taste of the short term goals, but basically our long term mission is to close the gap between blockchain and mainstream gaming. We believe that gamers are not investors, so they deserve to participate in blockchain gaming in the way which is not requiring to invest in volatile gas fees native tokens. And this is basically the mission of GameSwift. And we go even further. I would say that, since gamers are spending billions of dollars every year for in-game assets and they are not in full ownership of them, they should be able to use those assets and spend them on whatever they want. And this will be possible with GameSwift Pay as the only this kind of solution provider on the market. So far, at the other traditional gaming platforms, whatever you deposit to them does not hold any substantial value outside those ecosystems, meaning that you had to spend those assets inside, you cannot withdraw them. With GameSwift, this will be possible, and I believe that any gamer bridging to the GameSwift platform will really appreciate that. Oh yeah, I can not only discover, download, and play my own game, but also I can collect some really attractive assets. I can tokenize my time spent in game, but on top of that, I can easily use this time, use those assets to withdraw them and to cash them out in a very very easy way, and spend them on my daily activities. Like, for example, our long-term vision is that gamers on GameSwift will be able to pay for their electricity bills, for example, with the NFTs or any in-game assets collected in the games on top of GameSwift platforms. So that's our long-term vision that we are going to approach even this year.
Oh, wonderful. I love that. Professor, do you want to, because you get a chance to talk directly with games as you're holding position of and managing strategical partnership of GameSwift. So, based on the feedback that you get from games and from gaming studios, is it responding actually to their needs?
GameSwift is GameSwift responding to their needs? Do you mean?
Yes, yes. The features in GameSwift,
Yeah,
things that
definitely.
we are.
Definitely, like our solutions provide like a seamless user onboarding process for games, and this is like especially important for Web3 games, which currently don't have that many players, which are usually in the early version of their stage. So they're looking to expand their communities, and this is like something which is really great in the Web3 space, but actually games start developing their games also in companion with their community. So this is like a collaboration, I would say, when developers take ongoing feedbacks from their community members and they feel that they are creating something good together. So this is like something great, and we at GameSwift we are endorsing this approach, and our solutions I think like are perfectly suitable for developers to actually acquire more community members, and this is like the most important thing in the while building the game.
Okay, wonderful. That's great to hear that we are listening to games and gaming studios' feedback. It means that the product itself is going to respond to certain needs, and it's not going to be just our vision. That it will be actually measured and tailored for our customers' needs. Okay, now trying to focusing a little bit about the gamer side. So, gentlemen, from your perspective, what are going to be the upcoming features of the games with platforms that players can look forward to? What solution? I know that we've covered actually games with ID, and some of the features, but maybe we can elaborate more about the AD or tell a bit more about other platform, sorry, about other features that are going to be included in the product in general. Um, yeah, so what are the features that gamers are going to be excited about?
Yeah, so I think one of the most exciting features is actually providing a launcher for Web3 games, because currently in the Web3 space there's a lot of a reluctance towards connecting your wallet to different websites, different games, etc. So basically, you're using a verified launcher is something that eliminates a lot of these barriers and a lot of these concerns regarding security and so on. So basically, I believe like that our launcher will be one of the first ones released in the space, because currently I believe there's only one launcher which aggregates some external games, not only some launcher which is built just for the purpose of one game. So basically, this is something very, very important here, that GameSwift will be one of the first launchers available in the space, and that we will be providing you with verified versions of the game, so you will not be afraid to log into their games, to download them, launch them on your devices. This will be all secure.
Wonderful. I see that some of the participants complain that they barely can hear us. Pan Professor, can you hear me well? Is this something with us, or that might be network of
I can
our
hear you really
participants?
well. I maybe it's the case with me. I don't know. Do you
No, no,
can you
no. I
hear me
can
well?
hear you well. Yeah, I can hear
Okay.
I
you
can
well. So it,
hear
it might
both of
be
you well.
wonderful. Okay, sorry guys, it's your fault, not ours. You need to pay internet checks. Not it's not us. Okay, Pam, do you want to add something in regards to the features that gamers are going to be excited about?
Yeah, I don't want to add anything on top of that. I think Lucas has the best is as our business developer the closest guy to the games, so he's collecting their feedback. I can share my expertise. The way how my vision was executed is to provide those gaming studios and gamers with end-to-end process. So I think yeah, they can really appreciate the things like, for example, GameSwift Pay. But at the end of the day, I think that the fact that it is the end-to-end process is the killer feature. Basically, the fact that they don't need to go to the external applications, they don't need to connect any crypto wallets, they don't need to invest in a couple of gas fees native tokens like ETH, Matic, et Solana. This is something that gamers will appreciate. The fact that they can do everything in one place. This is for me the thing that gamers that expect. This is the environment that they've already got used to on mainstream traditional gaming platforms, and we are going more far more than that, utilizing and taking advantage of blockchain technology.
I do agree. I need to admit that I agree on you, Pan. That's going to be a true game changer, indeed. Okay, Lucas, question for you. How many upcoming partnerships are lined up at this stage? Can the community expect some big names titles?
Yeah, so basically, I cannot reveal the names of these partners because as majority of them is
Oh,
unannounced
you
yet.
cannot.
So I think like you, Kate, you would be angry if I did. So basically, just to let you
Yeah,
know,
come
like we
on, I'm
have like
already. I'm yeah. Sorry for interrupting,
yeah.
but I'm already queen of memes. So yeah, you cannot.
Yeah,
Not
so
this time.
basic maybe just for the OG group, but in the next session. So guys, just hurry up and try to. to advance. Yeah, but basically, when it comes like to number of projects, I can reveal that currently we have signed around 40 projects. So these are mainly like games, metaverses, so they will be up. They will be available on our platform. Majority of them will be also using our launcher or ID solutions. So yeah, so this is we are just heating up, I would say, warming up. So basically, these numbers accelerate, and there will be even way more of these partnering projects available on our platform. So I think like our platform will be one of them, hopefully the most popular platform in the space.
Yes, I need to confirm that. As I'm leading in marketing strategy, and hello here for my marketing team, which is wonderful. I think I can share with you that the pipeline of games which we are announcing in February is full. So we actually are planning announcement of games for the middle of March and later. Uh, Only in February there is going to be around up till 7 games that we'll be announcing. So it's a lot. And there is going to be more as our business development team works hard on that. And more games apply to be listed on our platform. Plus, um, we are participating in conferences, so there is a big interest in the solution that we provide. So I need to agree. Okay, Lucas, seems like the next question for you. What type of games can we expect to see in GameSwift platform? Are there going to be card games, MOBA, RTS, MMORPG? What type of games? What is the majority?
Yeah, so majority of these games will be PC games, I can say, when it comes to types. Although maybe majority will be PC games, but actually our recent announcement can indicate that we are also expanding more on mobile games. So this is something also very important, that we are not limiting ourselves only to PC games. Be a great potential also in the mobile market. So this is something very important also for you guys. If you are more or of fans of mobile games, you will be also able to access them using GameSwift. When it comes to types of games, like I would say that there are different types. So I think the most popular one is shooter. So I would say that not only Star Heroes is a shooter, but also many other shooters will be available on the platform. But there are also a couple of other games like card games, also MMO RPG. So these are especially games which require usually a lot of effort to create like a big universe for players, but they'll be also available in some. Usually, more majority of it will be available in some early version of their access, because as I've already mentioned, like in the Web3 space, it's quite popular to start building game and taking feedback from community. So just starting early and releasing some early version of the game. But this is also something which is quite popular on Steam. Let's say releasing some early game access is not something uncommon also for especially some indie game studios on Steam. Yeah, so definitely there will be like a lot of different types of game available. So you will have like a huge variety to choose from.
Wonderful. I see some more people are experiencing the connection issue, but it seems it's not connected with our
Elon,
connection.
please do something.
Yeah. I think it's Elon. Maybe we need to move to Discord for another community session. So yeah, guys, we might need to move next time for to Discord. It's way better over there. Okay, let me move forward to my next question. There is just two more, and then we'll move for the Discord community questions. Um, so when talking, gentlemen.
Second quarter this year.
Oh, well, as we were speaking about token and the TGE, do we want to summarize? I think community may want to expect some information about token utility. Pan, you mentioned that a little bit earlier, trying to include this when you would have been talking about the features and so on and so
Yes,
forth.
sure,
Do
Kate.
we
I
want to
get,
cover just like few?
I get your point, and I really appreciate that you discovered this. I think this is something that our community deserves to know, even at this stage before the TGE. So, as you could see, I gave you a very good taste of GameSwift platform. In fact, I'm planning to upload English-based YouTube videos where I will get into the details even further. At the same time, we don't want to upload too many of our technical documentation, including light paper, because as you can see, this is competitive space. We don't want our proprietary solutions to be copied by anyone. In fact, we've already see some of the platforms copying GameSwift ID. So this is why I can only stress out that this is some really interesting feature, which is having a very diversified way of generating revenue. Is going to generate revenue stream first of all on gamers. So with every trade, a swap of in-game assets, we as the GameSwift platform we are going to earn. We're also going to earn at the GameSwift Pay level. So every one-click cash out will cover some small fees, which is going to be distributed to the platform. At the same time, we are going to earn on gaming studios with every game downloaded from our game launcher. This is the revenue for us. So now you can think that okay, you guys, you are in the good position, you are going to have good revenue, but why does it matter for us as the community and the games holders? In fact, it does matter because we are committed to distribute this real yield from the platform towards GameSwift token holders. So this is the first very strong utility for our token coming from our chain agnostic gaming platform, and the fact that this is chain agnostic, that the games from any chain will be available on this, is leading it to the dominant solution in the Web3 gaming industry. There are a couple of solutions that are creating the isolated ecosystems for only the games from one specific chain. Here we are going to leverage all the gaming studios building across the whole cryptosphere. So that's a substantial value for the platform and in consequence for our GameSwift token. Furthermore, we would like to leverage the projects building on our chain. Some of you might think why we are building our own chain if the platform it isn't the platform enough for you guys and for the gaming for your token utility. In fact, it's not. We believe that since there are over 2.9 billions of players across the world, the any layer one is not ready to scale for such a large user base, and this is something which was stated by Polygon, Avalanche, BNB, and many other chains. They are fully aware that they cannot scale in at the same time for the millions of DeFi users, of gaming NFT users in one time. This is why we need dedicated ecosystems. We need the chains which will be dedicated towards one specific area of activity, and this is why we are going to launch also our own chain. In fact, this is also maximizing the revenue from the games that are our exclusive ones, because we do have our group of subsidiary gaming studios, with Star Heroes as the first one. We are finalizing the acquisition of the second one. So since we are having our own gaming titles, why not launching them on our own chain, where we can maximize the value for our GameSwift token holders. So this is another utility coming from the chain. So this is going to be a native token, the layer one gas fees based token. So this is nothing different to any other layer one tokens in the space, with this difference that we are having on top of that the platform. What we are also committed to follow is the airdrop culture. I spreaded more news about that in OG groups. So here I just want to say what I said before, that we want projects building on top of our chain to commit in form of some airdrops for games with tokens. So this is the way to issue the initial growth for our community. So if I could stress out three major features, that would be the real yield from GameSwift platform, the all the features from the GameSwift chain, mostly gas fees based, and the airdrops from the gaming projects building on top of GameSwift chain.
Wonderful. I think our community is going to be excited. I think, guys, this is just the beginning. The more platform is going to live and the more feature is going to be added, I believe token utilities are going to pop up as well. So that's not everything. Okay, and the last question from my list, I promise. Are there any upcoming events or tournaments that players can look forward to?
Could you repeat, Kate? The question was
Yeah,
relating
yeah,
to the
sure.
tournament.
Yes, yes, about the
For
tournaments and events that players can look forward to.
Are you sure that we want to talk about this? I'm in a very difficult situation, guys, because usually Kate is the person who is keeping track of what I am saying, to not reveal too much alpha. And now I'm hearing the questions, which acts as a temptation to reveal a lot of the alpha. So yeah, obviously we do plan to organize very interesting tournaments. I think that I will start. I will mention only one of them, which is going to be the closest one. With the release of public beta of Star Heroes game, we plan to release the big online tournament where we are going to invite some KOLs, gaming OGs from the crypto world, but also from non-crypto world, to basically play Star Heroes. Maybe this will be connected with some charity action, as we would like to treat this event as a way where we can do something good, but more details to be announced.
Okay, okay, wonderful. I think that there is going to be, I'm not going to tell anything more. There is going to be one tournament, like really big one, which we are preparing ourselves for Q3. Uh, it's going to be big. Like it's already, it's over 6 months from now, and we are already getting ready for this. So trust me, it's going to be big. I'm already afraid of tons of work that are ahead of us. So yes, it's going to be huge. Okay, now let me move forward to questions from our community. Okay, let me start
I think there
from
was a
let's.
question regarding the recent announcement with Polygon. That's something
Yeah, there
which
was
is.
there was one this one. Lucas Pan, which one of you want to cover that? Lucas, I
Um,
think you've been meeting the Polygon team and discussing the details. So not sure which one of you want to cover
Yeah,
that.
sure. Yeah, sure, I can cover that question. Yeah, so basically, this is a very important development for us at GameSwift because currently we are like mainly focusing on PC desktop versions of games, but now with this new solution, which will be basically a sort of solution which will enable us to deploy our own app store, I would say. So our own launcher of mobile games. So this will be like something pretty much similar to what Apple is doing or Google Android is doing with Google Play, but this will be perfectly like suitable for Web3 games. They will be a because like currently, probably majority of these games will be also using, let's say, Google Play or App Store, but they charge a lot of money for it. So using our solution will be definitely something which will be more accessible to Web3 games, and also we will charge definitely way less for transactions and fees regarding NFTs, volume, and so on. So basically, we believe that this is like a sort of also game changer because currently we have, big two players which don't have any competition. This is even quite similar with Steam because Steam is also a major launcher for PC games, but actually, I believe like even though I do not expect our let's say launcher to be on par with Google Play or App Store, I'm not gonna create such positive and optimistic visions. Yet still, I believe when it comes to Web3 games, we can become a major one, and we can still generate a lot of revenue for our token holders and also create more user base for our platform because like mobile games are currently, I believe, like over 50% of gamers are, and even revenues are currently being generated by mobile games. So this is a perfect fit for us, and we believe that this expansion on the mobile market is something very important, and this is also important regarding our user base because we know that games are especially popular in Asia, also in Africa. So these are also regions which we are especially interested expanding to.
Wonderful. Okay. Hopefully that explain everything in terms of the partnership with Polygon. Let's say the second phase of the partnership that we announced today. If you want to learn more on our Twitter, I think it's the latest post. You're going to get all the details about how it's going to work, what it's going to give, and so on and so forth. There is Polygon attached an article which disclose all the information. Okay, how do you plan? That's a question from Discord. How do you plan to address the tax obligations issue regarding income from games on your platform? And aware Web2 gamers that you're trying to onboard surely are not interested in tax laws. Blockchain part in GameSwift will be hidden underneath, so it can be misleading for many gamers. Do you think that crypto taxes might be a huge obstacle to attract large amount of Web2 gamers?
I think it is a good example, and yeah, this is a good question because we are perfectly aware that crypto and NFTs are having right now a bad PR in mainstream and gaming industry. People don't recognize this technology, don't recognize that this is basically the killer feature for them. Right now they are not owners of those assets, so there is still a lot to do in order to educate mainstream and massive users on the advantages coming from NFTs and blockchain technology. At the same time, I think the very good example of how we can do it is Reddit. Reddit make a very successful campaign using NFTs, they profile picture NFTs that they distributed in the form of airdrop for Reddit users, and they said they didn't say a single word that they are NFTs, and this turned out to be a very successful action. I think if they said that, yeah, those are the NFTs, then the hype would not be so strong, and that could lead to the backlash from the Reddit community. In fact, this is a great case and example that this is only the technology. And we shouldn't advertise games for the Web3 games with the slogan that, yeah, here are the NFT games, because this acts as a trigger for the gamers. At the same time, at the end of the day, when this technology is processed underneath, then it turns out that, yeah, it is cool. It is giving me the full ownership of those assets. It is giving me exposure for secondary market liquidity. It is fully transferable. I can store it wherever I want. So this is, in my opinion, a great example that we shouldn't be afraid of processing the technology underneath. Of course, it doesn't mean that we are going to hide this fact from the gamers. This will be fully transparent. But in the idea behind GameSwift is to not overwhelm with the technology, to not overwhelm our users with blockchain technology. At the current state of infrastructure, you need to know. Let's see what they need to do. They need to have their own crypto wallets. They need to store the seed phrase. They need to navigate across different chains, invest in volatile assets just to confirm transaction fees. This is the nightmare for even crypto veterans, not speaking about mainstream users. So yeah, I'm not afraid of making this process much simple. I'm not afraid of processing this technology underneath, because this is what users expect, and the example of the successful Reddit action proves me that this is the good way to move forward.
Yeah, that's right. There was one question asking about the real yield, but this is something that we've already covered. So let me move on to the second one. Is GameSwift building its own ZK EVM, or will it use existing one?
Once again, ZK EVM.
And this is a strange question.
So
I
maybe
think
let's
the
skip it.
Yeah, yeah, I think we can skip it. Like we are to make it clear, we are using Polygon Edge technology to build our own chain. So I think that person who addressed this question need to extend a bit the knowledge about how it works. So yeah. Okay, what
I
will
think,
be
Kasia,
your
that we are fine with the current state of questions. In fact, I need to move on to another meeting, so I think that we are in a good situation to finish this AMA.
Okay, got you. Sorry, I didn't know that you have a meeting after the AMA. Are you fine with the last one question from the community, or you need to run?
Yeah, obviously, I have still 5 minutes, so
Okay,
let's go.
guys, 5 minutes left. First come, first serve. Any questions for Pan or Professor? Raise your hands. We need to do it quickly.
By the way, I also want to say thank you for anyone joining our today's Twitter Spaces. In peak, it was even more than 100 people. So yeah, I'm really happy to see your activity. I believe that it's maybe a silent phase of our development, but you can expect that we are going to accelerate as a good car in the near future.
Wonderful. I don't see any hand raised unless I omit someone. So it seems like all the questions and the queries were raised. Pan, you're free. Okay, thanks to
This is what
everyone.
I thought. I know that there will be no questions. So
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay,
Thank you
thank
very
you
much, guys.
everyone. Thank you, Pan, thank you, Professor, for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah, and thank you. Hopefully I believe there is going to be more and more AMAs like this as we'll be moving forward, as we mentioned. So more updates upcoming. Thank you. Have a good afternoon. Have a good night.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.